Hey everybody, I got a sunburn. Ooh, ooh, ugh. Anyways, I'm toasted. And I want to tell you all a story today about how Synchrob.it and Pad LLC got me for $1,000. It starts in the last bull run of cryptocurrency, which was early 2021, and me and my friend Haas, we were dabbling in cryptocurrency, and back then it didn't matter what you bought, it was going to go up in value. A rising tide raises all boats, you know. And so with Bitcoin going up, everything was going up. And we thought we were geniuses, but it actually turned out to be a lot harder to turn a profit investing in cryptocurrency after that bull run. But at the time, we were winning left and right? And so I took some of my earnings. It's gambling, so I could also call them winnings. I took some of it and I spent $1,000 on two Synchrob.it devices. And the reason why I was interested in them is because learning about cryptocurrency, I learned about the different ways to mine. There was, regular mining Bitcoin, which had evolved beyond just using your computer. You actually needed specialized hardware for it, and then even then the returns on your investment were getting lower and lower, so people started making larger rigs of daisy chained video cards all in one rig in order to mine Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies that were easier to mine. And so with processing power they could do that. There was proof of stake, which just means you put all your money into their currency and then stake it somewhere, and then their cryptocurrency rewards you with more of the same cryptocurrency or some other cryptocurrency. Then there's proof of time and space, which was a cryptocurrency that was a network of hard drives that were all basically renting space on hard drives. And you would get paid as many times as you had your hard drive filled with other people's information and then deleted and whatnot. And that seemed a little shady to me. Like it could be, well, it could. You don't know what they're putting on your hard drive, and I'll just leave it at that. And then I ran across the Helium network, which was basically sharing your internet signal with this box, and then it broadcasts the signal where people could connect to it. And basically, by virtue of keeping this network open over the whole globe, people were going to get paid cryptocurrency tokens because people eventually would start using this as a way to connect to the internet from wherever. And there are, besides the Helium network, there are real world competitors to it, like Xfinity around my city has a network where if you have a cable account at home, then you can connect to their Wi-Fi routers. Like any customer that has their Wi-Fi routers has a second Wi-Fi login for the guest network that Xfinity just provides to the whole city. So if you already have an account, you can already log on to that, and it's probably a lot faster than the Helium network would have been. Then there's Amazon was making a program called Sidewalk, where anybody who had an Alexa or any of the smart devices from Amazon, it was actually going to share your Wi-Fi with people who were in range. And you could connect to that Sidewalk network. I don't know if they've gone ahead with that, but it was a viable other competitor to Helium. And it had a lot more backing than Helium did. Anyways, I just wanted to play with this device. I researched it, and I saw at the time, by the rate of the return of the mining, I would have had the thing pay itself off in like 2 months, and then I would still have the box to be able to tinker with it. And I've done a lot of tinkering on this YouTube channel. I've done a lot of side hustles where I just wanted to figure out how they work and are they worth it. Look at the time that I went charging Lime scooters, just to report back to you all about what that was like. You know, I don't need the money. I'm just interested in all these side hustles and whether or not they're scams. So, in May of 2021, I decided to purchase these Synchrob.it devices because all of the Nebra devices that I could find were back ordered from the company that made them, or being sold at a significant increase in price on eBay. And so when I found the Synchrob.it devices, I was like, yes. And then I purchased them, and nowhere in that purchase, in any step, did I get notified that they were on back order. But I was already too late. The wave of orders for these Synchrob.its happened in like April of 2021, and I was like the beginning of May. And so I was already late to the game. And in fact, especially with regards to cryptocurrency, if I'm hearing about it, the gold rush is already over. I'm like not really connected to the news about things in a way where I get the jump on anything. And so I'm very cautious when I get into things, usually, because I know that FOMO is real, and just because people say that they're making money doing something right now doesn't mean that if you get into it, by the time you get there, that there will be any money left. I've done a lot of things where that was the case, and that's kind of why I'm obsessed with side hustles and multi-level marketing and whatnot, because there's a whole industry of selling people dreams in America and then leaving them penniless. So I was really just wanting to tinker with this box. I thought I might get my investment back. It was money that was very easily made off of cryptocurrency at the time anyway. I was kind of reinvesting into my journey, my learning about cryptocurrency and all the different spin-offs that it has. So I purchased it in May, early May. And every month I would send an email asking, where's my shit? I was supposed to have 2 devices. I purchased them at like $450 each. And I was getting messages back from them saying, oh, well, there's been a delay. We think that you're going to be shipped out this month. And then they would respond the next month with, oh, we think you're going to be shipped out next month. We've shipped everything up to like this order number. And it was less than the hundreds, and I was like order 12,000. So I don't know how many units each of those orders was, because my order was 2 units, right? Some of those orders could have been however many units that they ordered from them. I don't know, but with each of these emails I got back, they said, we're sorry for the inconvenience, but if you want a full refund, we'd happily refund you. And when I saw this, I was like, no, I don't want a refund. I want the fucking thing that I paid for, right? And then I started seeing on their own website that they had raised the price of the units that I purchased for $450 to something like $650. And if each of those orders that was before me only had 1 device to them, that would be a difference of like $2 million that they would get if everybody who was waiting on their order just canceled their order, got the refund, and then they sold the same unit to somebody else at the higher price. And so then I was like, no, I'm not fucking gonna, get out of line and ask for a refund at $450 when you're now selling them at like $650. And on eBay, for the people who have actually gotten their device, they're selling them for like $2,000. I'm not letting go of my device. No. So then each month I emailed, and each month they said, oh, we think it'll go out this month. We think it'll go out this month. Then September comes around. I emailed them again. And they said, we're actually not going to estimate when people's devices are going to be shipped anymore. Because they were probably inundated with people asking, when am I going to get my shit? Now, this whole time, they're still selling devices that they don't have. And I'm getting pissed. And I go online looking for other people having similar experiences, but like, it seems like not a lot of people were catching up to the fact that we were all scammed. Like, really scammed. And so, a lot of other reviews of even like not even related things were clogging up any search results that I was trying to do in order to find out if there was other people that were, as angry as I was. Because in the amount of time that they delayed my devices getting to me at that point, my devices could have made the money back that would have paid for the devices. And I already calculated that out. There was like a map that you could figure out if there were any other devices in your neighborhood, and my neighborhood would have been the perfect place to put one. I could calculate how much money I would get if I had one there. And over that time, I would have paid for those devices and then some, if I had them installed, one in my neighborhood and then one at my friend's house. So I was pissed off because the rate of return with mining with these things was going down because cryptocurrency was on the decline after that bull run. And so I got to this point where I was just like, well, they got me. And they've got this loop of like, we're not making any estimates of when you're getting your stuff anymore, but you can check the blog. And so I started checking the blog, and then they stopped updating the blog, even though that's where all their customer service people were telling people to go find out the latest and greatest stuff. They just stopped updating the blog. Anyways, I told myself that if it went for an entire year, then finally I might just take them up on the refund, And so it was July of 2022 when I remembered that I had these things that I ordered more than a year ago that hadn't arrived, and I got angry about it again. I went back into my email, replied, and I said, you know what, fine, give me my refund. And then they said, we need your card number, the last four of your card number, your address and all this, and then we'll process your request. I'm like, okay, here you go. And then a month later, I said, hey, where's my refund? And then they said, we forwarded this concern on to the billing department, and you should have your refund shortly. And I never got it. And I just felt like them having people responding to those emails was just part of their grift. And this was a company that was in America. By that time I figured that anybody who was responding to me knew that the company was bullshitting everyone, and I wasn't alone. And so I gave up. And then I just got in the mail the official business bankruptcy notice, right, from the law office of Charity Bird in Louisville, Kentucky. There it is, right there, right? And this, I actually recognize this. This is the notice that everyone has to get if they are named as a debtor in a bankruptcy. And so there it is, Pad LLC. You know, creditors are invited, but not required to attend. But basically, they have filed for bankruptcy, and when I didn't get my stuff, and then when I asked for a refund, my money was already gone. And I actually, I had theories of maybe, you know, they were trying to make more money by getting people to take the refund, paying that money to them, and selling the actual devices on eBay for, you know, 4 or 5 times more, because that was like the going rate for a while. And maybe they were just cashing in millions of dollars because there were these devices that, you know, people should have gotten in the mail, but by delaying it, they got them to give up their claim to the devices. I had that as an idea, but also, what if this company that was so close to cryptocurrency, because they created these miners, what if they were invested in cryptocurrency and their investments crashed along with the market, which would then put them at an inability to process all of the refunds that people were asking for. I can't prove that that's the case of what happened, but anyways, that was the thought that I had. Like, oh, this cryptocurrency company is probably going to go under, so I might as well just not even try anymore to get my money back. Well, here's more of the bankruptcy notice, and it says that Launchpad LLC was also doing business as Synchrob.it, right? And their meeting of creditors is set for September 11th, but I don't live in Kentucky, so I'm not going. I'm not making a special trip just to air my grievances about money that I'm never going to see because they're bankrupting, and whatever assets they have, I guess, will get split up to their creditors, maybe. But I'm thinking I'm not going to see a dime of my $1,000 that they just they took and never gave me a fucking thing for it. I'm pissed at every person that worked there that knew, that was responding to my emails. There was Jenny, there was Phoebe, and there was Liza, Laiza. Those 3, if they're real people, I don't know. They only use their first name. But if those 3 are real people and they ever watch this video, I want them to know, like, I'm more pissed off at them for knowing, with whatever deluge of people who were pissed off that they didn't get their shit, and then that just like realizing, they had to realize, oh shit, our bosses are ripping off people left and right, and then they were still a part of it. You know, they still decided to lead people on with email saying, oh, your shit's gonna get shipped this week, this month, we're not going to make any more estimates, but check the blog, which will be updated regularly. And they just helped lead people along long enough for them to find a way to squander all the money, hide it in whatever offshore accounts probably, and then go ahead and file bankruptcy so that they don't have to pay back any of the people who spent their money on these devices, right? And I'm betting if they put a limit on how much people were able to purchase at a certain point, they were betting that it would be such a small amount from each person that it would actually be, not lucrative enough for people to hire a lawyer to go after all of them personally for, financial misconduct. So they kept it to, you can only have this many devices when you order after a while. So, I had all these thoughts in my head as it was going down. But it was a complete surprise to me today to find this, bankruptcy notice. Anyway, it's case 23-31798 in the Western District of Kentucky. If you want to go to the conference, it's September 12th, 2023 at 10 a.m. Courtroom number 2, 5th floor of 601 West Broadway, Louisville, Kentucky. And if you were screwed out of money like I was, I commiserate with you. My condolences. It sucks when we're trying to invest and make money with our money, and people are there to sell us the dream by robbing us, and they are preying on the fact that we have dollar signs in our eyes and we're just looking for a way to get ahead in this capitalist system. And then I think there's just a whole industry of scams in America because of the way that capitalism has so many people feeling trapped in their station and wanting to try to better their lives. And with the economy headed the way it is, I think that it's only going to get worse. Thanks for listening, everybody. Take care.